Oregon sheriffs are defying a new anti-gun measure in the state. Before we jump into that, two things. This video is sponsored by our good friends over at AmmoSeek. And two, head on over to jamesklug.locals.com. You guys, I have started a community over there. It is free with the option of paying if you'd like additional benefits, etc. But the main goal for right now is just to get as many people over to my locals community as possible. Get behind the scenes footage, all that great stuff. That's the new home base for this channel. Just to make sure, hey, if we get kicked off YouTube or anything like that, you can find me over at jamesklug.locals.com. Head on over there right now and create a free account. So you guys, let's jump into this. First, I just want to start talking about like what Measure 114 exactly is before we jump into what the sheriffs are doing. So Oregon Measure 114, changes to firearm ownership and purchase requirements initiative. So a yes vote, require permits issued by local law enforcement to buy a firearm, require photo ID, fingerprints, safety training, criminal background check, and a fee payment to apply for a permit. So to buy a gun, you need to get training. You need to pay for training. You have a fee permit. Your Second Amendment right is now getting a lot more expensive in the beautiful state of Oregon. Thirdly, prohibit manufacturing, importing, purchasing, selling, possessing, using, or transferring ammunition magazines capable of holding more than 10 rounds. So they're banning anything, any standard capacity magazine. They're banning that in the state of Oregon. Limited to 10 rounds. They will not stop there, of course. So a no vote is opposing all of that. This passed by about a little bit less than 30,000 votes. So narrowly passed, as you can see right here. The yes vote, 885,000, 50.8% versus no, 49.2% if we're rounding. Now, this is an extreme anti-gun measure requiring people to pay for training, requiring people to pay fees. What's stopping them from making the fee $1,000? $2,000, $3,000. What's stopping that? Now, many of you are already saying, okay, well, this is obviously going to get shut down by the Supreme Court. It's going to get tied up in the courts. That's absolutely going to be the case. But regardless, let's look into what the sheriffs are saying. So we have multiple sheriffs coming out against this. I'm going to probably botch these names. I'm not going to pretend that I'm familiar with these sheriffs in Oregon, so just bear with me if I'm just ruining their name. We have Michelle Duncan, for starters. The sheriff of Lynn County announced on the organization's Facebook page on November 9th, the day following Election Day, that she would not enforce the magazine capacity limit. Quote, unfortunately, we are seeing the passage of Ballot Measure 114, which creates a required permitting system in order to purchase firearms and bans gun magazines capable of holding more than 10 rounds. Now think about this. If you are buying a firearm for self-defense purposes, don't you want that ability to miss a little? Why limit your ability to defend yourself? Criminals aren't going to listen to that, obviously. How many videos do you guys see of just people on the streets, extended magazines in some, Detroit, Chicago, whatever it may be? They don't care about these laws. The people that care about these laws are the law-abiding citizens that are going to follow these laws, obviously. She goes on to say, this is a terrible law for gun owners, crime victims, and public safety. I want to send a clear message to Lynn County residents that the Lynn County Sheriff's Office is not going to be enforcing magazine capacity limits. Now, you guys are probably wondering, okay, they're talking about the magazine capacity limits and not the other stuff listed in Measure 114, the permits and the training, etc. It does state right here, require permits issued by local law enforcement. That's not the sheriff. You guys, before we move on, I do have to take a moment to talk about today's sponsor. I know so many of you are sick and tired of searching for ammo, and when you find it, the prices are just jacked up through the roof. That is why I'm so proud to partner with my friends over at AmmoSeek. AmmoSeek is an incredibly helpful comparison shopping search engine for in-stock ammo, reloading supplies, guns, mags, and they update the results in real time, so if you see it on AmmoSeek, it's available at the listed price. Search by caliber, cost per round, grain weight, you name it. AmmoSeek is totally free to use, and you can even save past searches and set price alerts so you're notified when your favorite product at your desired price shows up. If you're looking for great online deals on ammo from over 260 online retailers that'll ship directly to your door, you need to check out ammoseek.com. Again, find in-stock ammo, reloading components, firearms, and much more at the best price on the web over at ammoseek.com. And do me a huge favor, you guys, when you sign up for your free account, please tell them that James Klug sent you. That helps the channel a lot. That's ammoseek.com, ammoseek.com. All right, let's move on. So we have Fox 12, a spokesperson for the city of Albany, which is in Lynn County, told Fox 12 it will follow the law, but understand the measure will likely be challenged in court. Weak move, but they're not wrong about that. It will likely be challenged in court, pretty much a guarantee. Later the same day on November 9th, Union County Sheriff Cody Bowen, and again, I'm going to be botching these names, posted to Facebook to agree with Sheriff Duncan. Quote, I agree 100% with Sheriff Duncan. This is an infringement on our constitutional rights and will not be enforced by my office. This measure will only harm law-abiding gun owners and will result in wasted time with additional redundant background checks. Other news outlets have reported that Sheriff something, starts with an M, Sheriff M, County Sheriff Brian Wolf, also intends not to enforce the ban, but Fox 12 has not been able to independently verify that. We have another. Sherman County Sheriff Brad Lowry is following suit. Per the sheriff's direction, our office would not enforce Measure 114. Under Sheriff James confirmed to WW, this is W Week we're reading right here, WW, in an email on Friday. Many Oregon sheriffs came out against Measure 114 prior to Election Day as elected, and this is actually an important note. I'm glad that they said this. As elected officials, sheriffs can legally engage in political activity. That's why you're not seeing local law enforcement coming out, because sheriffs are able, since they are elected officials, they are able to address these issues to the people. The Oregon State Sheriff's Association came out against the measure early on, arguing in a statement of opposition published in the state voters pamphlet that the measure violates current federal case law and the U.S. Constitution. Obviously it does. Obviously, this will get tied up in the courts. But this is the craziest thing, right? They basically they narrowly passed this measure. They narrowly passed it. And they made it so they have the ability to make your Second Amendment rights in Oregon for the upper class. They can increase that tax as much as they want. They have the ability to make it just for the upper class. That's your right to self-preservation. One, they can choose absolutely just not to pass out these permits, of course, like we've seen in many other states with concealed carry permits. They can find any excuse. It's up to them. But even without that, they can also just keep increasing the amount of tax to make it so it's nearly impossible for the common folk to own a firearm in the state of Oregon. I will say it is so wild watching states like Oregon, elect district attorneys that allow criminals to roam the streets. Shootings are on the rise. Homicides are on the rise. And not just on the rise, skyrocketing. Nobody gets blamed. No district attorney gets blamed. And what they do is they blame the gun. They introduce Measure 114. It's really great to see the sheriffs saying, stick these unconstitutional measures where the sun don't shine. We're going to enforce constitutional law. That is refreshing, to put it lightly. You guys, I did want to jump to this clip right here because it's such an important reminder to show, even if people might agree with limiting magazine capacity, which I don't know why you would, because no criminal is going to follow that rule anyways. They're going to modify their magazines, whatever it may be. The only people that are following these rules are law-abiding citizens. We can say that over and over again, but that it is absolutely true. But here's the thing. This isn't the goal. The whole argument of this is so disingenuous because it's so clearly a stepping stone. Have any conversation with somebody that doesn't like guns, and you can ultimately get to the argument of, I don't like guns because they can be used to end somebody's life. They don't factor in that they're used to defend life. According to the CDC, minimum hundreds of thousands of times per year, maximum millions. They don't bring that up, but they do bring up that it can take life. The problem there, obviously, is that that argument can be used for literally every single firearm. So we get stuff like this. We get situations like this where people start to tell the truth a bit. The kid after this guy.
In our family. I don't think we need crazy big guns like that, you know? I feel like I don't support banning all guns.
Right.
But
so why? I guess why. My question is why. Why do you not support banning all guns if you support banning, like, let's say AR-15s?
Because unfortunately, I feel like we're at a time where that's unrealistic because of how many people do support it.
Incredibly common responses, but see where he goes with this.
So I feel like I want to get one foot out the door first,
right?
And then eventually first start banning weapons that have caused destruction, like the AR-15 and mass shootings, stuff like that.
Do mass shootings don't happen with pistols?
That's what I'm saying, but like one foot out the door first.
You know, a lot of people make the argument of not wanting to allow the AR-15 to be banned because it's a stepping stone towards banning all weapons. It seems like that's the case that you're making right now.
And he literally is. And they literally all do this because the logic of, if you were to follow that same, if you were to be consistent with their thought process of it can take a life. You know, they're talking about by the way, I'm talking about rifles right there. He's talking about rifles right there that are responsible for less deaths than blunt objects in the United States, or hands and feet in the United States per year. We're not going to jump down that rabbit hole, but all of these pieces of legislation, it's not where they want to go. It's not that, oh, this is going to be great, this is going to help everything. No. It's simply just a stepping stone. That is not the direction they want to go. They don't want to end it there. Measure 114 is a massive stepping stone to taking away guns. It is a massive stepping stone to complete control over your life. We're going to wrap this video up on a very light note. I don't know if you guys saw on my community page, I posted a poll. Do you support tougher gun laws? Help me balance out this NBC poll. Hit the link, scroll down, and vote. During, when I was looking into Measure 114, I actually found this article with a poll, and it was complete. Oh, I don't want to spoil it just yet. It was completely unbalanced because of their base, obviously. And so I ended up posting this on YouTube. I posted it on Instagram and Twitter, and you guys definitely showed up. So here's the post on Twitter asking everybody to, go and vote. It started with 6,500 votes. They had, the question is, do you support tougher gun laws? The response, no, I don't, was only 16% versus yes, I do, being 78%. This is really funny. And it's a totally random poll. There was no reason to do this aside from just imagining their viewers reading the article and seeing that it's shifting to a majority saying a majority being pro-gun. So we quickly got it up to 21% for no, I don't. I posted a nice meme. It ain't much, but it's honest work, and that's absolutely true. Got up to 37%. And you guys, with everybody's hard work, we added several thousand votes, bringing no, I don't to 49%, a majority. And right now, let's see where it's at. It is at 52% no, I don't. So everyone that participated in this, it ain't much, but it's honest work, and you did a great job. We're going to end it there, you guys. Thank you all so much for watching. If you enjoyed this video, please hit that like button. Make sure you subscribe for more videos, and hit that bell notification button so you're notified next time I post. I'll see you guys next time.